Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. First, I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey with me. Truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you happen to be new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And we do things completely differently around here. So with that being said, if the message does resonate with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It'll have everything you need in order to do so. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop to your prayer today, and we'll get into your reading, which is, what do the signs you're seeing right now mean? I was really called to do this today. It was a channeled message. I had another card, pick a card reading planned, but Source wanted me to do this today. So we're going to get into it and find out what the signs you're seeing right now mean. Okay, my beloved Source, this prayer's for anyone and everyone who comes onto this channel, whether it's for the entire time or for just a moment's time. You know, right now I feel like the collective is just dealing with a lot. You know, we're coming to the end of the year, and there's not a whole lot that's happening, but there's also a whole lot that's happening at the same time. And with that being said, I just feel like at this time we just need guidance and also a feeling of calm placed upon our hearts to help us really ensure ourselves that we're doing what's right. It's so easy to get caught up and to feel like every moment and every chance we're making a wrong choice. And the truth is that if we make a choice, that choice is what's right for us, and that's okay. We never truly make a misstep from our journey. Even if we take the long way around, it's still a part of our journey, and it's still something that we are meant to experience because we led ourselves down that path. And I know it's easier to hope and pray that you help give us the path of least resistance, that you light that up so that we're always on it. While still knowing that we are humans, we do tend to be stubborn, and we do tend to make our own choices at times that will lead us off that path of least resistance. And just reminding us that that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter. It's just a part of what's happening right now, and that we have the courage to truly face that right now. It's not something that's too much for us, even if it seems like too much for us. That we can dig down deep and really lean in to our innate sense of worth and our innate sense of strength, and that it will help us get through, and that you will never leave us alone. As these words are spoken upon this tribe and onto this reading, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved Source. Thank you. So let me go ahead and get that set up over here. Alright, so I felt called to use the Wild Soul Oracle today. I've been pulling this out a lot more recently, but yeah, I just really felt called to using this one. Alright, I don't know where I want to put this book at. Somewhere. Let me give this a quick shuffle. So Source, what Wild Soul Oracle cards will help us better understand what the signs my fellow humans are seeing right now mean? What do the signs that they're seeing right now mean, Source? What would you like to share with us? What do the signs that they're seeing right now mean? What do the signs that they are seeing right now mean? Okay, thank you. What do the signs that they're seeing right now mean? For pile number 1, Source, what Wild Soul Oracle card is going to help us better understand what the signs that pile number 1 are seeing mean right now? What are the signs that pile number 1 are seeing right now mean? Okay, that one right there. Thank you. All right, source, for pile number 2, what wild soul oracle card is going to help us better understand what the signs pile number 2 are seeing right now mean? What do the signs of pile number 2 seeing right now mean, source? Okay, thank you. And for pile number 3, source, what oracle card, wild soul oracle card, is going to help us better understand what the signs pile number 3 is seeing right now mean? What do the signs of pile number 3 is seeing right now mean? What do they mean, source? The signs that pile number 3 is seeing, what do they mean? All right, collective energy is the Robin. Interesting, rebirth. The Robin with rebirth. So I feel like there's just a huge transformation going on collectively. There's a lot of shifts, and if I'm being real, the last 2 days, whew, they've been rough for me, guys. I have been so tired, and I feel like I can't get enough sleep. Like, no matter what I do, I rest and I rest and I rest, and I'm not getting enough sleep, and it's just been a roller coaster ride for me. So if it's been a roller coaster ride for me, I know it's been a roller coaster ride for you. So I feel like this is just that reminder that when we go through those downs and those lows, that's okay, right? And what source is saying is that you're going through a rebirth here, and I feel like the ancestors specifically are coming in on this collective message, especially with Robin here. Robins definitely make me feel like the ancestors are communicating with us. It's just always been a sign for me from the ancestors, and I've seen a ton of robins. Right before I started this reading, there was 2 that were sitting out here on the grass next to where I'm parked at, and you know, they were just chittering away at each other. They don't really chitter at each other, but you know what I mean. They're just sitting there, I don't even know what you would call it, calling to each other. And there's this energy where you are leaving something behind that has made you feel unsafe, that has made you feel disconnected, and that has kept you in a repeat cycle from, you know, generational curses, or just from your past, or from your South Node energy as well, as coming in here. And so collectively, the collective is going through a transformational rebirth where things are going to start shifting for the better. And I do feel like there's a sense of calm that's coming in as well. Let's see what Robin has to say for us from the book. Okay, Robin. Often heralding the arrival of spring, symbolizes rebirth and renewal. Its cheerful song, there you go, and present signify fresh beginnings and the opportunity to let go of the past. This card suggests that a new chapter is beginning in your life, and the Robin encourages you to embrace change. My goodness, I'm gonna get over this. Okay. And look forward with hope and optimism. A period of renewal is ahead. Embrace new opportunities and release what no longer serves you. In the reverse, you may be resisting change or holding on to the past. Consider whether the fear of the unknown is preventing you from moving forward. The questions you can ask yourself are: what new beginnings are opening up for me? Am I holding on too tightly to the past? And how can I embrace change with optimism? So staying optimistic, right? Like, even if you're feeling low, like all of a sudden I started yawning like crazy and I feel tired all of a sudden. So even if you're feeling this energy, can you still stay optimistic and also make space to rest and nurture yourself? Because these changes and these shifts are huge energetically, and they do impact you and they do affect you. But when you find time to give yourself that space, you can at least pour back into your cup, which will give you more energy instead of just running on empty or running strung out as well. Okay, so let's see here. Let me go ahead and set this up. Where did I hear that song? Is that I want to say it's feed me, but I don't know if that's the lyrics. Feed me, say that you love me. I don't know. That's the lyrics that are coming in right now. I don't know. It was kind of faint, but it was there. So yeah, we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna smile and nod. So I think I need to move my camera. There we go. That's better. Alright, so for pile number 1, we do have this bloodstone for you to choose from. Or we have this dice with the 12th house. And for pile number 2, we have this little banjo pin. Or we have this dice with the 6th house on it. For pile number 3, we have this yellow jasper, solar plexus, seed sound, chakra gemstone for you to choose from, which I think I'm not sure for the solar plexus right now. I don't know what the seed sound is. It's escaping my mind. It's Ram, Vam, Yam, or Lam. I don't know. Anyways, or you have this dice with the 8th house to choose from. Alright, so we've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and whichever pile you feel called to, that should be the one for you. With that being said, I will see you over on your pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 12th house on it, or if you were drawn to this bloodstone, or if you happen to be called to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on what do the signs you're seeing right now mean. First, I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey with me. Truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you happen to be new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently around here, so with that being said, if the message does happen to resonate with you, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. So with that, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out. Source, what do the signs that pile number 1 is seeing right now mean? What do the signs that pile number 1 is seeing right now mean, Source? What would you like to share with us? What do they mean? Interesting. So we've got the 8th house, we've got Virgo, and we've got Mars energy. So I do feel like they are trying to point you towards being a leader in a different type of industry. You know, of course we have occult practices here. We have the subconscious healing as well. We have energies of dealing with, you know, like the taboo. This could even be like sex therapy coming in as well. So things along those lines. Okay, but again, take what resonates. This feels like the signs are leading you to step up into being that leader. Okay, to take charge. You're very passionate about something here, but also to have patience, not expecting that, okay, I'm going to charge forward and I'm going to become a leader overnight, or everything is going to happen for me in one go. Like, not expecting that. Have patience and show up and pay attention to the small details here. That's what's really going to set you apart from everyone else. And that's really when people are going to see you, pile 1, as the person to go to. So it's not really focusing on the bigger picture as much as it is with finding contentment and presence in the day-to-day routine right now. Right? Can you just show up at 100% today? One thing at a time. Not focusing on, oh, when am I going to get there? When are things going to come together for me? But rather focusing on, like, I have to do this and I'm going to get this done. And now I have to do this and I'm going to get this done. And really staying present with the process. And that's what the signs are telling you right now. They mean that when you come into a sense of presence and focus on the here and the now, you will be at your best. Excuse me. Wow. You will be at your best every time. And that's powerful, right? Because you're not over here trying to do your project or do what you want to do and then also thinking about 100 other things at once. That means that you're not present with what you're needing to do. And that's oftentimes when the small things get away from us, and that's when small mistakes happen that lead to big mistakes down the road. That's why Source is saying to really focus on your presence. Yes, you are meant to be a leader. Yes, you are meant to be seen, but it is going to take time, effort, and consistency on your part to show up. And I already hear some of you, but I've been consistent and I've shown up and I've done the work. Right, and that's fine, and that's beautiful that you've already done that. But right now, the signs are pointing to staying very present in this moment. There's something about wanting to distract yourself coming through as well, and how much easier it is to distract yourself when it seems like things are taking a long time. So that's also why the 8th house is here, showing there's some subconscious work that still needs to be done, something in the shadow realm of you know, like journaling or understanding yourself deeper that you can look into while still staying in that present moment. So today I'm going to go ahead and use my original Tarot Marseille, and we're going to ask the questions. The question, it's only one question, but I felt like we're just going to get into the nitty-gritty of it. Okay, so really going to dig in. Alright, Source, what do the signs that pile number 1 is seeing right now mean? What do the signs that you're seeing right now mean? What do the signs that you're seeing right now mean? For pile 1, Source. What do the signs that you're seeing right now mean? Okay, thank you. What do the signs that you're seeing right now mean? What do the signs that you're seeing right now mean? Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety that's coming up here. Right? And it could be a fear of poverty, it could be a feeling of lack. This could be something that's driven by like imposter syndrome or not being good enough or feeling like there's other people who are more talented. You know, there's all types of fears that are coming up right now. So Source, what do the signs that you are seeing mean? But there is success around the corner. There's an opportunity that's going to make itself known for you of working with someone in particular. Okay, they want it the other way. On the bottom, yeah, there's a big change here with the 5 of coins on the bottom. There's a big change. So the signs right now are pointing towards dealing with the fear. Okay, like really digging in and getting rid of that fear or facing that fear. It's like when we say get rid of it, right? Like that's so oh, we're gonna go back. Or it's about really just feeling into that, like, and acknowledging it. Like, wow, okay, I have this fear of poverty that keeps arising. Like I feel like I'm not good enough. Like I'm acknowledging that that fear is there. Because once we acknowledge it, then it's not as persistent as it is when we're just saying, we're letting it run wild and we're not even acknowledging it. Like we're just ignoring it. And we're hoping that if we ignore it, it'll go away. But they're showing me that picture of, you know, Family Guy. There's this one episode where Stewie's trying to get his mom's attention and he's like, Mom, 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 Mommy, Mommy. Mommy, mommy, mummy, 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 mama, 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 right? And he's going through like all these different ways to call her. And at the end, she's so exasperated. She's like, what? And I can't even remember what he says. He's like, hi. And then he runs away, right? And he laughs. And it's like that, but that's exactly what those thoughts do to us. It's basically trying to get our attention, trying to get our attention until we can't handle it anymore. And we're so at our wits' end. We're like, ah! And we don't realize that in that moment, we're actually being led by our emotions. And so what's happening here is that the signs are trying to point you towards, right, the shadow work that comes with this, and realizing that there is success here for you, that you are doing a good job. You're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. And there's a big change. Yeah. The purge of the subconscious with the moon. The purge of the subconscious. Look, it's not paying rent. It's got to go. Okay. It's coming up in this like it owns the place. No, it does not own the place. Not anymore. Not anymore. And that's what the signs are pointing to, is just working on this. And I feel like you are a master at shadow work. And like even the masters get tired, okay? Even the masters are like, I gotta put this journal down for a little while. I can't. I'm just so spent. I can't do this anymore because I'm just done. I'm tired of basically ripping ourselves apart, right? That's what shadow work is. It's ripping us apart and repiecing ourselves back together in a way that's more aligned with our soul and with our truth. And that's hard. That is hard work. I don't care who you are. That is hard work. Right? And it's literally breaking apart foundations that we once believed in, that we had built our identities around. And this is what's happening. And so there could have been a process or a point on your journey where you said, I'm done. I'm finished with the work. I'm finished. I want to close this journal for a little while and I need a break. And they're saying that's okay. That's okay, but something else has come up. There's been a trigger that's come up, especially with the 8 of Swords here at the beginning of your reading. There's some sort of trigger that's come up. There's some sort of fear that's being surfaced right now to help you really step into this position of leadership, right? The success awaits you, but it's more than success. It's literally having people who support you along the way as well. Having the allies, having people there for you, having people who want to see you succeed, because you succeeding is special. It's not about something that they're gaining from it other than your wisdom, other than your knowledge, other than your experience. And it's just dealing with that fear and really, really healing from it. So there's a lot of deep emotions here. This could come from the mother wound, especially with the moon coming out here. And really pouring into your hidden strengths right now. Right? It's like finding a diamond in the rough, realizing that healing this part of yourself is uncovering the diamond in the rough. It's like, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to leave it behind, but there's some sort of disruption with the signs. Like, they've been pretty consistent, right? That could be 888, that could be 666, that could be 999, that could be 555. These are all, I feel like you might see 9595 as well. And I feel like that's just reminding you to step up into this power that you have within. There's this disruption that's happening in life right now. There's something new that's appearing that's destabilizing those existing structures, beliefs, and foundations that you've held for so long. Right? And that's just those ideas that we grew up believing, the ideas that society poured into us, the ideas that were cemented through the people we were always around, these things that we began to identify with. And so this feels like a core belief being surfaced, that, and it feels like it's coming with imposter syndrome tagged to it. Okay, that's really what this feels like to me. But there's a collaboration coming in, or there's someone who wants to collaborate with you. So I do feel like you're going to get an offer here. And that's what the signs are pointing to. It's like this offer is going to come in and they need you to be at your most confident, at your best. And through that, you're gonna feel like this is a very good opportunity for you. It's very favorable for you. It's a very auspicious opportunity for you. And it's something that could be very, very abundant. If you're not confident, there's a little bit of a difference between you and this other person who wants to collaborate with you, and just enough of a difference where you could begin to compare yourself to them. And if you're in that state of comparison, it's gonna push the opportunity away, right? Because you're gonna fear, like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough for this, like I don't have the opportunity, or I don't have the ability to do this. And it's like everything is aligning for you right now. And right now we're trying to help trigger this fear, right? In order for us to face our triggers and our fears, they have to get triggered. That's how we begin to face them. And so there's something that you went through recently that was really difficult, and you're like, I just don't know if I want to go down that road. And they're saying it would be beneficial for you to go down that road. It would really, really be good for you to go down that road, because the healing that comes with that also allows you to step into this very powerful position. But with Neptune coming out here, dream and transcend, it does feel like there's a lot of guilt and self-blame that's tied to this as well. Okay, we're trying to balance this out with Libra here. Consideration, fairness, and harmony. We're trying to balance the scales for you. And it's not even necessarily like, sometimes this irritates people, I know, but it's the truth. It's not even necessarily about tipping in your favor as much as it is balancing this out. Like finding some sense of equilibrium right now. Because there's been enough of it being tilted to one side for too long. And we could say it's been tilted to the bad side for too long. Why can't it now tilt to the good side? Like, let's find peace at the equilibrium stage first, so that we don't, again, allow our emotions to overrun us when things do turn out in our favor, right? Yeah, there's a lot of volatility here with Volcano. Like, this is anger. Anger at the situation, anger at what has happened, anger at people who are involved in this situation with the Eight of Swords, whatever it is that's triggered this Eight of Swords energy in your life, right? This could be a person, a group of people, a job, a situation. This could be family, friends, a lover, a spouse, children. It could be anything, you know, and especially like that energy I was saying with the mom, mommy, and then when she gets exasperated, like this is you at your wit's end, the Volcano energy. The unique thing about this card is this card talks about how Source instigated this. So basically, Source was your Stewie in this case, where Source is over there like, hey, 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 until you were like, I can't do this anymore. That's what it was. But the reason that this happened was so that things could begin to balance back out. It was a part, if this didn't blow up, if this didn't happen, if the anger didn't come forth, then it would have been a perpetuating situation. And Volcano is a difficult card to come out in a reading. Because it's basically like sort of saying like, yeah, I did that. It was nothing personal. It was nothing like you didn't deserve punishment or anything like that. It's like, this had to happen so that we could move on. And sometimes that feels like so impersonal. It's like, really? You didn't take my thoughts or my feelings into consideration, but that's all Source is considering, is our thoughts and our feelings. And recognizing what's ruling us and running us, and we're the ones who take it so personally because it hurts. It's not fun to go through that when we're put in a situation that's just overwhelming and difficult. It's like, I must have been some awful person to deserve this, but that's not the case at all. So again, with that imposter syndrome or feeling like you don't deserve good opportunities, sometimes we end up being catastrophizers and we're not realizing it because it's something that's so natural to us. It's like second nature, right? So this could be finding a way to not catastrophize everything that's going on. Okay, so we have responsibility here with Meerkat. This feels like at some point you had healed so much that you were living in a bubble of that healed energy, which is good, right? That's good because it felt good. It's like, I reached this point and I finally feel really good about myself and I feel really good about my journey. And then here comes Source knocking on the door like, hey, guess what? I'm here. And I bought a whole bunch of stuff that's going to make you mad. But it's because the bubble becomes our comfort zone. And so what the signs are pointing to is like helping you to step out of the comfort zone. We can't always just live in this place where things are muddled or muted by the bubble, right? By that happiness bubble. We have to come back to reality. Right? And it's easy. And I know I've talked about this before, but the thing that they're showing me is like when there's times when I've been in meditation where it just feels like it would be easier for me to stay in meditation. And so when my guides are like pushing me back into the 3D and I'm like, no, I don't want to go. And they're like, it's too late. You have to go back. You have to go back. And I'm like, but no, it's so beautiful here with you. And there's so much love. And like people they're mean and they're, you know, and you become a kid. And I've definitely done this many times on my journey. So please know that you're not alone. And there's other things too, but this is what they're showing me as a good example for you. And it's like this energy where it's like, I'll start, you know, there's times that I've cried coming back where I'm like, I just don't want to be here. And I want to stay up there with you. I want to stay in that love and that light. And it's like so heavy here. And then they're telling me, you got a mission to do. You got all this stuff to do. And I'm like, oh, I know, but you know, and they give you this basket full of triggers and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, but here we go. Okay, cool. I'll put on my best foot forward, you know, but there's still a lot of that self-doubt that's coming through. And it's like, I just, you know, I understand more than anything, Pile, when I definitely get this. It's hard. It's a big burden to carry. Healing is a big burden to carry, but it's so big because so few people do it. Yeah, you're learning. Number 22. So you could be seeing 222 a lot, or the number 22 could be following you. You could have been born on the 22nd. In specific, I got August 22nd. That is a birthday that just came through so loudly right now. So I'm going to say it. That might mean something to someone, or that date is very specific to someone. Maybe that's when this situation started and it's just kind of been rolling around since then. But yeah, that's coming in really loudly. But with the Sacred Ibis here, it's like you're going through the door, right? You're leaving something that you've known and stepping into the unknown. And that's very uncomfortable, but it's necessary for the journey. And you're finding more stability in this situation now. And so the signs are pointing you towards something that is going to feel more aligned with your journey and with you as a person. And it's going to give you more solace in trusting the unknown, which is a lot easier said than done, right? We are curious creatures by nature, and we obviously love to know the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And really our only goal in this life is to know the what. That's it. Not when it happens, how it's going to happen, who it's going to happen through. Like, really, we just know the what, the goal. That's the what, right? That's my what. And I know what my what is, but I don't know anything else. But I want to know all these other things that go along with it. And that's really up to source, right? Yeah, time for a beginner mindset. You're learning, right? Sacred Ibis with learning. Yeah, this is something brand new for you. This is a new process on the journey. Even though you've done it before, like, you're stepping into a new energetic self, okay? It's 22:22 on the clock right now. That's really synchronistic for your reading. Whoa! Okay, so let's get one of these. Right, and I feel like that's the thing. Like, I wish I could promise you guys that, oh, you've done enough healing and you're never going to have to relearn things again. You're never going to have to go through that feeling of I don't know what to do. No, just new levels. That's it, guys. You just, every level, you become a beginner at that new level every time. Every time that new level puts you back into that, I have no idea what's going on here. I don't know. This is different. Can we go back through the threshold? Because this is weird. And you can't. Once you know, you can't go back. That's it. Retrograde. Reflect, refine, redo. Yeah. So there's a pause in situation right now. So things are probably drawing, like, you feel this like suction energy. It's like where things are pulling back, where things felt like they were moving, and then suddenly things are starting to pull back, and you're like, hold up. I thought I was doing good. I thought things were happening. I thought things were coming to. And Source is saying, no, we're going into this retrograde energy so that you can reflect, refine, redo. And it has to do with self, right? This energy of the Eight of Swords coming in. And that's what the signs are showing right now, that they want you to do that self reflection. It's very important for your journey right now to do that self reflection. It's simple, but that doesn't make it easy. Right? So we've got on the bottom 10:10, embrace the journey. Wow, can you be more clear, Source? I mean, sometimes Source is sarcastic. Sometimes, like, well, okay. No, we've got embrace the journey, trust, opportunities, progress, happiness, and alignment. It's time to bring your cherished ideas to life. The right people, circumstances, and resources are aligning in your favor. Happiness and new opportunities are on the horizon. Take a moment to reflect on your long-held dreams and ideas. Begin implementing one step at a time, trusting that the universe is sending you the support that you need. So this is about stepping into your path of purpose, your true destiny, your true north. Right? And our north node energy is not meant to be comfortable. It's literally a stepping out of our comfort zone. What we've known, what we've embraced our whole lives, what we've been okay with our whole lives. And the North Node is literally us walking away from all of that into something that we want and that we desire, the dream and transcend. We manifest your dreams flipping out here with 4, 5, 6. You have the power to make things happen. It is time for you to take action with faith and confidence, knowing that your angels are guiding and supporting you every step of the way. So it's time for you to manifest those dreams. And underneath that, wow, 111, alignment. We have that on the 10:10. So a lot of ones coming in. We have your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. Trust in divine guidance and stay focused on your goals. On the bottom, we have transformation. Yes, I love this energy. 5, 5, 5. And didn't I say you might see 5, 5, 5 a lot? And we have confirmation of that coming in. Release old habits, embrace new opportunities for growth, and trust in the universe's plan for you, okay? So we're letting go of something old here to embrace something new That is not comfortable. It's a lot of hard work, and it is very scary at times, and that's okay. That's just a part of the process. But there are better days. Better days are going to come, okay? Release. Again, autumn equinox, right? This is letting go. And this is not, it's like thinking about that. Like, what if the trees always held on to their leaves? We would never experience the beauty of fall. Fall is such a beautiful time. It's the colors and the weather's cooling off, and we get to wear sweaters again, and we're not sweltering in the heat. And it's just this beautiful time of year. And that's so symbolic to us, because if the trees always held on to their leaves, we would never get to experience that. So for us to let go of the things that we've always held on to is so freeing for us. And it's also equally beautiful because it prepares us for a transformation that we might not have otherwise known. And that's why I feel like this is so important for you at this time. And that's what the signs you're seeing right now mean. Oh, yes. Thank you for this confirmation, Source. So this goes hand in hand with volatility, volcano. Sometimes life stings. Right? Like, I handed you a big old bucket of crap, and I'm sorry. And it wasn't fun, but unfortunately, it's like we have to take accountability that sometimes the bucket of crap is our crap to sort through. Right? And that doesn't make it easy, and it doesn't make it perfect, and it doesn't make it rainbows. It just makes it icky and gross and heavy, but it's also rewarding once we get through it. And this is just part of that. It's just digging in and realizing this is something that's very difficult, but it's also for my benefit, right? And then we have 64 here with 10. So another 10, you might see 10s a lot as well. Or you could, this is October as I'm recording this, so maybe this month is very meaningful to you. Or you could have been born on October 22nd, which I believe from the day of recording this was yesterday. So we have the third house. Take a good look around, right? How you think, how you see things, how you are taking things in. So this is all about what you think of yourself, and also what you think from what people have said to you. Like, what has your neighbor told you? This is what I see from this. What has your neighbor told you? And your neighbor could be family, friends, teachers, anybody that's been near you is a neighbor, right? And so thinking about that, what has someone told you along your journey that has made you feel like you're not capable, or that you're not enough to do the things that you've been asked to do by Source? 233, positivity. Joy, hope, compassion, optimism, mindset, and spread joy. This card brings a message of positivity and compassion. Reflect on how you can spread joy and hope in your life and in the lives of others. Consider your mindset, how you think, and how to maintain optimism and hope. In what ways can I bring more positivity into my daily life and the lives of those around me? Right? Finding contentment with our day-to-day routine. That's a form of positivity. You might benefit from studying or checking out Ikigai. Okay, like it's a practice in Japan. It's something that you would have to just really dig into, because everybody has their own little cookie cutter version of what it is, but it's actually really deep, and there's so much meaning behind Ikigai. And it's like when you really dig into it, you recognize that it's more about finding contentment, and that's where true happiness lies. But what is it that brings you contentment, and how can you allow that contentment to flood into regular boring tasks every day? Okay, but it's a really deep topic, and it's worth studying, and you might benefit from it if you feel called. It says perform one act of kindness or share a positive message with someone today, and make a conscious effort to maintain an optimistic outlook in your daily interactions, right? So coming away from that fear-based energy and trusting in the process, okay? And it's interesting because this equals 8, right? 2 through 3 is 8. And we were talking about, you might see 888 a lot as well. And so We have 8 coming through again, and 8 is all about healing our karmic ties and our karmic cycles. And also through that healing, attracting abundance. So let's take a look at your card. I'm going to read this from the book, The Snake, Transformation. Right now, there's this blending of both the shadow and the light. And sometimes it feels like the shadow is winning. Sometimes it feels like the shadow gets the best of us, right? And that's when our emotions are running rampant. That's when our emotions are overwhelming us. And that's when the triggers arise. And so our goal is to bring those triggers into the light so we see that they're not as scary as they once seemed when they were moving around in the shadows of the dark, right? And that's why the snake and the transformation is so symbolic to your journey. There's a sense, an element here of release. And a snake sheds its skin in order to grow. And right now you're shedding an old skin in order to grow. But it's something that's hard to let go of. And that's okay. Allow yourself patience and time, and things will work out in your favor. So let's see what Snake has to say from the book. The snake, seal, shark, snake. Okay. It says, the snake, a symbol of transformation and rebirth, is known for shedding its own skin and emerging anew. In many cultures, snakes are revered for their ability to represent cycles of life, death, and rebirth. This card suggests that you are in a period of transformation and growth, and the snake encourages you to embrace the things happening within and around you, knowing that they are leading to a new phase in your life. Embrace the transformation you are undergoing and let go of the old and welcome the new with open arms, which has been so synchronistic throughout your entire reading. Also, to keep in mind, you may be resisting necessary change or clinging to outdated habits. Consider whether your fear of the unknown is preventing you from evolving. And we talked about that too on the reading. And it says, what transformation am I currently undergoing? Am I resisting necessary changes? Or how can I embrace a new phase of my life? So, with it being 33:33 on your clock, we will call it good. And this is what I see for you here. So, pile 1, this has been very, very deep, a very beautiful reading, even if it was difficult. But overall, very insightful. And I'm honored I got to connect with you in this way. So, if you feel like this is your reading, you can leave a snake or a bee emoji down below and say, it is through the hardships that I transform and grow into the empowered version of myself, ready to take on the world. And if it resonated with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box below. With that, I would like to take this moment to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this very powerful message. And until next time, pile number 1, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 6th house on it, or if you're drawn to this little banjo pin, or if you happen to be called to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on what are the signs that you're seeing right now. What do they mean? Yeah, what do the signs you're seeing right now mean? We're gonna get there. It's been one of those days today, but first I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you happen to be new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic selves. And we do things completely differently here on this channel. So with that being said, if the message does happen to resonate with you, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. So let's go ahead and hop to it and find out What do the signs you're seeing mean right now? Source, can you tell us? Can you give us some information? What do the signs you are seeing right now mean for pile number 2, Source? Would you like to share with us today? What do the signs you are seeing mean? Source, what would you like to share with pile number 2? So we've got the 4th house, we've got Libra, and we've got Uranus energy. I keep hearing recreation. Like it's like over recreation. So that might mean something to someone. It's really loud, by the way. But I'm also seeing like a balancing out of just in general, right? Like things finally shifting in your favor. And sometimes, you know, it takes a while. It takes a while for things to finally turn to positive for us. And we've had to go through very negative relationships, codependent situations, some very superficial situations, some very toxic people who treated us like we were gullible or like we didn't know any better or that we were ignorant. And maybe in some cases we were. And we had to learn not to be that way and trust our discernment and trust that not everything is as it seems. And I feel like that's something that is happening right now as the signs are telling you to trust in this process, the trust that you have done the healing, especially with the 4th house here, showing that you have done the healing. Okay, and healing is not easy. If anything, healing should come with a warning sign, right? It should definitely come with a warning sign, but it's also super beneficial. We do see that there's going to be a sudden shift for you with Uranus here. It's like that expect miracles type of energy that things are going to work out for you. And I don't feel like you see this coming. 333 just on the clock right now. Yeah, you do not see this coming. This is Source saying, hey, I've got a surprise for you, but you're not going to know that it's coming and you're still going to be extra surprised. And I can hear somebody saying, I hate surprises. And Source is like, yeah, I know, but sometimes I like to surprise you regardless because that's just the way it goes. And even if it's a good surprise, like, even if you hate surprises, like, good surprises are still good surprises, right? They're still good. And that's what Source is saying here. So I do feel like there's this element of needing to remember why you chose this journey in this direction that you're going in. And the signs right now are pointing out at a leveling out of the difficulties that you've gone through. And bringing in people who are like-minded, people who want to see you succeed, people who are cheering you on. Pile number 2, you deserve that so much. And sometimes we have to take accountability for what we're allowing to be in our lives or what we've grown accustomed to. Sometimes it's not even about allowing it. It's just that that's what we're accustomed to. That's all we know. And letting that go can be very challenging at times. All right, let's get into the tarot and see what the tarot would like to say. Yeah, it's interesting. I split the deck. We have the sun and the moon in the reverse. This feels like the mother and the father wound coming through. Like maybe you had a very toxic home environment growing up where both parents were emotionally unavailable and there might have been favoritism at play here. There might have also been situations where they relied on you for emotional stability and balance, and that's really difficult when you're the child in the situation and the adults are relying on you to take care of them emotionally because they don't know how to do it themselves. And it's unfortunate because that is where empathy comes from, right? Like that's where empaths grow from, or situations like that. You have to tune into how another person's feeling so that you can save yourself from a potentially bad situation, right? Because if you didn't take care of them, they might have blown up at you. They might have accused you. They might have blamed you for how they were feeling. If anywhere that it went, it was going to be bad unless you stepped into this position of, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to handle it. And that being forced into growing up way too soon it creates a lot of discrepancies later on because you end up being the adult for everybody. And no one is an adult. Like you'll see people who are 3 or 4 times your age and they're still not an adult. You're like, what the heck? Why am I the only person that's capable of taking care of other people? Why am I the only person that's capable of even just tapping into when somebody's struggling? It shouldn't be that hard, but when other people weren't forced into those situations, or they, there's other situations where families have that one person, right? So you could have siblings, you're like, why aren't my siblings like this? Because you were the pillar. Why should they be the pillar when you were the pillar, right? And it's not that they were doing it intentionally, it's just that's what happens in the dynamic. There's one person who steps up into that role. And if you have people who are very unconscious of their own emotions, right, they're not gonna help support the burden. But when you get multiple people together that are emotionally mature, you recognize that, oh, everybody's gonna support the burden here. It's not just gonna go to one person. And so I feel like that's what Source is telling you right now. The signs that you were seeing, pile number 2, that's what they mean, is that there are gonna be people in your life who are gonna help you support the burden. And it's going to be the burden of emotion, and they're going to care how you feel. They're going to care what's going on with you because they care about you, right? So, Source, what else would you like to tell pile number 2? What do the signs that they're seeing right now mean? What do the signs that you're seeing right now mean, pile 2? Source, what would you like to say? Yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth energy here. A lot of retreat from harsh situations. This feels like isolation energy to me that's coming in. It's like where things weren't working out for you, or where you were taking care of too many people, and then I have to isolate so that I can recharge. Like I have to disconnect from everyone because I can't carry this burden anymore. And it's not your burden to carry everyone else, but when you're put in that position, it becomes nearly impossible to put that burden down until you become aware. And so Source is showing you here that there's this energy of becoming aware of the burden, becoming aware of the anchor as well, and saying that this is not mine to carry anymore. And this can come as quite a shock to people who have counted on you to be the pillar in their life. Like if they've always relied on you to handle things emotionally, and suddenly you just basically put your hands up and say, hey, that's not for me to handle. Good luck. I wish you all the best of luck in the world with the love in my heart. And I know you're going to figure it out. And they're like, no, pile 2, no. Like we need you. And you're like, you think you need me. But in reality, you just want me to take the responsibility from you, and I'm just not going to do that anymore. And so they might really lash back out at you. They might treat you even more severely and with even more maliciousness. They might become even duplicitous in some cases. But the situation is as it stands. It's like if you don't set up the boundary, right, they're not ever gonna change. That's just the way it works. I wish I could tell you that one day they're gonna see everything that you do for them. But the truth is, don't know what you got till it's gone. Ain't paradise. Put up a parking lot. Right? They don't know what they've got until it's gone. And that means removing yourself from the situation, which is like all along, I just wanted someone to see me. Because I needed someone to be that person for me. Like growing up in a situation like that, you just needed your mom and your dad and your parents, your caretakers, to be the support system for you. And that's what you've been healing from, is being everybody's go-to person. It's admirable being a go-to person, but eventually that just becomes completely overwhelming. And so it's so underrated. It's so underrated and so underappreciated. How many times have you done something for someone, pile 2, and you never got a thank you? Enough's enough. And I'm not saying you should expect a thank you, but I'm just saying, like, eventually somewhere along the way, a thank you would be nice. Thank you goes a long way. A little appreciation, man, that's like balm to a wound, right? Wow, they really appreciated what I did. But when you go and it just becomes an expectation, Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, this is about taking action for yourself. This is saying that the signs are pointing you towards doing something that you're passionate about. Take that action for yourself this time around, pile 2. Stop giving that energy to everyone. You've spent so much time giving that energy to everyone. And you've healed from that. You've done a lot of healing from that. And I, it's difficult because I feel like sometimes the spiritual community points at that once you start healing from something, once you get through it one time, like that's it. But it's not. Shrek said it best. It's like an onion. We've all got layers. We've all got layers. And that's exactly every situation that you have. It's an onion, and you have to figure, it's like I've just pulled back one layer. Do we ever truly get to the center? I don't know. I want to say yes, but I really can't say. I don't know. Everybody's journey is so different. And there are times when personally, from personal experience, I thought I got into the center only to find that there was something else. And that's why they say healing is a journey. We're not looking for a destination. And I feel like this is where you're at. It's not looking for that destination anymore. It's just realizing that I don't want to be the go-to person. And the signs are pointing you towards that. Yeah. Oh, this is the most popular card today. It's come out in every one of my readings. The 6 of Wands and the Upright. There's an ally here. There's someone who's coming in. I see you, pile number 2. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. I think you're amazing. I would love to be your friend. I would love to collaborate with you. I'd love to build with you. Yeah, abundance. There's a lot of abundance that's coming to you, and the signs are pointing to that abundance. Things may seem hopeless right now. It may seem like there's this back and forth energy happening. It may seem like things are not moving forward, but not everything is as it seems. And so right now, the signs that you are seeing, what they mean is that you are on the right path, and to really focus on pouring into yourself, especially with this Ace of Wands energy here. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to learn something new. Yeah. Right? It's going to feel new. Whatever it is you're doing, it's going to feel new. You're going to feel uncertain of it at some point, but that doesn't mean that it's wrong. My apologies, I hit the camera. It means that you're choosing a new destination for yourself, and the destination is taking a step into your future of abundance here. That's where your transformation begins. And that's not easy to walk away. It's interesting, we're talking about all this people-pleasing energy, and that's something that's been very clear as we've gone through. The energy has been there. And so I feel like your angels are reminding you that you're healing from that. And that is going to be a lifelong journey for you, pile 2, because of how you grew up in a situation where that's where you felt the safest, was relying on your ability to gain love from others based on how you made them feel in bad situations. You were the person who only got love when you made another person feel good. It's like a drug. It's almost like I don't know how to be loved. I don't know how to receive love. I don't even know what that means. Like having someone come in, it's like maybe this has been a common denominator in a lot of your readings recently if you've watched many readings. And even if you haven't, maybe it's been something that's popped up here and there, is that somebody's coming in and you're like, that's great, but what does that even mean? What does that mean to have a person that's like, hey, I see you, I show up for you, I don't ask you for anything to give you love, I love you just you are as you are. What does that mean? And I feel like that's something that's really scary, because it's like, okay, if someone does that, what if they pull that away? How does that, how does that help me, or what does that do for me? And Source is saying, like, I'm giving you the gift of a lifelong person, someone that's going to be there for you. This is a ride or die coming in. This is a thick or thin. This is 2 peas in a far out pod, y'all, because you are. and it's going to be special. And this is something that the signs are pointing to, and I feel like you've definitely seen the signs pointing to abundance, but there's still this uncertainty. It's like, am I really stepping towards my abundance? Am I really moving towards that direction? Or am I just going backwards at this point? Because it feels like I get a little and then I get nothing. And then I get a little and then I get nothing. And then I get nothing for a long time. And then I get, ooh, a tiny little piece of something here. And it feels like a breadcrumb journey. But even Hansel and Gretel, I know that story is a little crazy, but that's what they said was even Hansel and Gretel. The only way they found the house to the candy house was by following the breadcrumbs. Or by, what was it? They left the breadcrumbs, right? They left the breadcrumbs. They couldn't find their way back because why? Of course the birds are going to eat the breadcrumbs. So it's hard for you to see. That's what they're showing me. That it's hard for you to see what's back before, what happened before, and how it's not as, like, things aren't as chaotic as they once were because the breadcrumbs have disappeared. Right? Every time a breadcrumb comes, you're the one that's eating it. You're the one that's taking it. But it's not a breadcrumb. It's just like Source putting, like, even I see E.T. where they're putting down the M&Ms to get E.T. to come in. Right? Source is leading you to something. And that something is very positive. It's very beneficial. It's very auspicious. But sometimes it's hard to believe that when feels like nothing good has come from even all the good things that you've done. Like, even if you were the rock for everyone, if you couldn't be that person one time, you became the villain in their story. Right? But that's not your fault. That was never your fault. And so Source is sending someone to help you along this journey. Now, this could be a spiritual helper. This could be like an angel or a guide or something along those lines. But I do feel like this is also it feels very physical to me, especially with the 10 of coins right next to this. It feels very physical to me. Whoa, okay, thank you. Ain't paradise, put up a parking lot. Things to go, but you don't know what you got till it's gone. Wow, house 4 coming in. Cultural and family roots. Home, peace, and comfort. Yeah, it's like you're gonna feel home in a way that you've never felt home before. Like, everything that you imagined home would be, like, maybe you watch Disney movies and you're like, maybe that's home. Or I already heard somebody say, no, the heck it's not. That's not. Look, have y'all been watching some of these new Disney movies? They're actually really good, okay? Pixar movies. Maybe you watch Pixar movies, or you watch cartoons, or you watch TV, and you're like, wow, that feels like what home should be. Like when you see parents who stand up for their kids and want to make sure that, like, nothing their kid does makes them feel like they have to rely on their kids for emotional support. Like, maybe you're seeing this happen with other people or other families as well. You're like, that's what I feel like a family should be, but I don't even know what that feels like. But that's not going to elude you for forever. That's what Source is saying, and that's what the signs mean right now. It's something that's coming. You're going to be so abundant that you're going to forget what it was like to live in that poverty state. You're always going to remember what you came from, right? Don't forget where you came from. But those feelings are going to be gone, and they're going to be long gone. And that's so beautiful for you, pile number 2. Aw, what a beautiful reading. I love you, pile 2. I really do. You have such a sweet energy, and you never deserve this. And, you know, like, I may not know you personally, but I just want you to know, like, I'll always cheer you on, because the underdog, no one likes a story like the underdog, right? That's the thing, like, and you're the underdog. And seeing you succeed, that gives so much hope to people who are in similar situations as you. So if you're really feeling this right now, leave a green heart down below and just say you're not alone, pile 2, because I feel like you guys need to know, like, you're not alone. You're not alone. There are others that are going through this. There are others that have experienced this. Okay? You guys are a beautiful group of souls, and you need to be reminded of that. Vision quest with desert. I feel like this is Source saying, I heard your prayers. Because this literally talks about taking a notebook and going out somewhere and sitting and having, like, asking Source your questions and having no distractions and receiving the answers. The answer is just finally here. It's just finally here. Right? And you think about it in the desert, it's like if you don't have provisions in the desert, like, it's going to be a sad day. That's going to be a sad day. If I don't got some provisions, some water, whew, that's going to be rough. Right? Because when are you going to get to the next place that offers water? There's no guarantee of water in the desert. No guarantee of food. But you've been walking in the desert with so little. You've been rationing your provisions just to try and survive this journey. And you're doing it. And it's like Source is leading you to an oasis that you never have to leave. You never have to leave. And people are going to ask you, how do I get to your oasis? And you'll be like, follow the breadcrumbs. Well, what breadcrumbs? There aren't any because I ate them. I ate the M&Ms. Sorry. Not sorry. But sorry. But not sorry. Not really. No, just my oasis. Go find your own. And you deserve that, pile 2. You deserve that. Reliability. Yeah. You're the rock. You've been the rock for so many people. For so long. But who was your rock? And if you fell apart, who came to save you? No one. You had to figure out how to save yourself. And that's not fair. But it's also something that has given you undeniable resilience. What else would you like to tell pile number 2, Source? Wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. You know, was it your reading that I said people thought you were ignorant? I think so in the beginning. I think that's what I said. I think that was on yours. Anyways, it's like now it's like the people who doubted you, the people who question you, they're going to be coming to you seeking wisdom. And ultimately, look, pile 2, like, you know, always come from a place of unconditional love. But that does not mean that you have to continue to give to the people who you already gave so much of yourself to. You can absolutely say no. I want to reiterate that because I feel like sometimes that people-pleasing energy draws us right back into that, like, oh, I'm so far ahead, like, of course I can help them out. But again, not always do the people who come back from the past have good intentions. They just see you doing good, and it's like, oh, if I get an in, I knew pile 2 before they were famous, so they owe me. What do you owe them exactly? What? And if we're keeping a tally, shoot, let me pull out my receipts. Let me pull out my receipts, because I got receipts upon receipts for you, and you are not going to like how this is going to go. But hey, if you got to, shoot, keep your receipts. Keep them. Keep them. Because the tally markers, they don't lie. Okay? Life is a mystery. Yeah. I feel like that's the thing, like Source saying, this is going to be a big surprise. So you're just going to keep doing what you're doing and keep going down the journey because you know you got to. What else am I going to do? Just at least this is better than how it was. Even if it's not the best, it's just at least better. And better is good. Like, I feel like with you, there's definitely a melancholy that lies on your heart. Definitely. And it's like there's a bit of sorrow that's coming through that's present constantly. And I feel like for you, it's just like, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's almost like all the life has been sucked out of you at some points. It's like, it's not that you're not a positive person. I feel like you're a positive person, but I do feel like this kind of, at times, you're very good at putting on a smile when you need to, but when you're by yourself, like, it doesn't surprise me if you would just sit and it's like, just sit. And no emotions, just very numb. Yeah, that's what it is, numb. And that's all that emotions that are being brought up that you're healing. It's like, hard to feel anything anymore because you felt so much stuff that wasn't even yours to feel. Wow, I can't. Chiron came flying out. Focus on healing. Yeah, it's like the wounded healer. But I've talked about this on the channel before. It's like moving from the wounded healer into the wounded warrior. And that's right now you may be on the precipice of the wounded healer shifting into the wounded warrior, which is more of that confident, I know how to overcome this. I know how to help you overcome this. I'm not still healing, coming to you, trying to help you heal as well. Like, I've already done this work, right? So even if it's like getting people at the beginning of their journey, it's like you're going to know how to help lead them on. And that's what Chiron is showing here, and it's like focusing on that healing, and it's like that's what it is. Like, even if you're focused on your healing, it's just very like blasé, like this is what I'm doing. Okay, I know I need to do this. I know I just kind of bored, but not really bored. It's just tired, tired. I'm over it. I'm tired. I don't think things are going to change. That's what I'm feeling right now. It's just there's a lot of melancholy here. A lot of sadness. Midhaven, mind your reputation. Yeah, this is that confirmation where it's like when you go out, you're really good at putting on the smile. Like, you're really good at conversing with people, and you're really good at connecting with others. And that's beautiful and everything, but like at home, like that light just kind of dissipates because it's just numb to the world. It's almost like I can't believe people are the way that they are. It's like people telling me, oh, there's a person who's out there who's for me, but I have yet to see it. That's what I keep feeling here, pile number 2. Just like, I don't know. Like, you're telling me, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. On the bottom, 1717, let go of the past. Release, forgiveness, healing, growth, new beginnings, move forward, renewal. It's time to release the weight of the past and embrace the new opportunities ahead. Trust your instincts, especially if you feel called to lead others. We were talking about that, the wounded warrior. As the universe is guiding and supporting you on this journey, what part of my past am I holding on to, and how can I release it to move forward freely? Take time to write a letter to your past self, acknowledging the lessons learned, and then symbolically let it go, whether by burning it or tearing it up. Let it go. Or tear it up and burn it. Ooh, let's do double fold. Yes! You can do it, pile number 2. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. It's okay. Look, you're not alone. You're not. And this is the thing. I think this is something that it happens. It's like there's times when you get so invested in the journey and it's like not seeing very much happening. But the truth is that so much is shifting that you're not seeing physically, because there's so much that's going on internally, emotionally, mentally. It's not a physical change. There's spiritual change that's happening. And then when you emerge, you're this completely different person. And maybe you don't see it because you're with yourself every day. But everybody else sees it. Everybody else is affected by your energy, right? And sometimes it's hard to hold on to that because it's like, I need to see the change to see the difference. Security, 646. Work hard and stay disciplined to unlock a happy, wealthy, and successful life. Your guardian angels are here to help you. So you're not alone. Your angels are absolutely walking with you on this journey, right? And I know it's been hard. But there's so much beautiful stuff coming for you in the future and in the near future as well. Hold on a little longer. You're doing a good job at this. And I feel like even if you look back, you recognize that you're not the same person that you once were. And it's okay to be tired. Make sure that you're giving yourself adequate space to rest, and also adequate space away from people to recharge. That's something that might be very vital to your journey right now. House 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details, and finding contentment with the mundane. Blessings are coming. Wow, with a rainbow here. You've done the work, and this is the reward. And I know it's hard. It's hard to believe in that, but Source is saying stay optimistic about it. Okay? The messages are here. The messages are coming with Raven news. This is going to be something that surprises you. It's going to come in like a windfall, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't believe them for so long. I didn't even believe it was possible. But here it comes. 3111. Be prepared. Be prepared. I don't know why Lion King is coming in here. We were talking about Disney movies earlier. There we go. Focus, preparation, trust, communication, adaptability, and decision making. Stay focused on your goals even when challenges arrive. Keep an open mind, budget wisely, and trust yourself to make the best decisions. What steps can I take today to prepare myself for unexpected challenges? How can I maintain focus on my goals despite distractions? Create a plan or a checklist for any upcoming projects or decisions. Be adaptable and trust your instincts when unforeseen changes might occur. So just keeping prepared. Excuse me, being prepared for good and being prepared for the challenges. I feel like you're already prepared for the challenges. So I feel like this is just saying be prepared for blessings as well. How can you receive blessings if you're not prepared for them, right? You're basically saying I'm not aligned with blessings. It's just not a part of my life. Well, what we think we manifest, right? And so remembering that, like, I'm open to blessings. Telling yourself that every morning, even if you don't believe it today, look in the mirror, look yourself in the eye and say, I am open to blessings. Every time you pass the mirror, I am open to blessings. I am open to blessings. I am open. I don't care if you get sick of hearing it. Say it every day. I am open to blessings until you believe it. Fake it until you make it, baby. Simplification. 654. Simplify your life and focus on what truly matters. Declutter your mind and surroundings for greater clarity and effectiveness. At this time, take a minimalistic approach. Less is more. That's what I keep hearing. Less is more. Okay? So let's take a look at your card. I'm going to read this from the book. We're going to see what we have here. The dog, loyalty. That's the thing. You are a super loyal person. What does loyalty mean to you? It's been very difficult. I feel like you don't know what it is to have a loyal friend in your life or loyal anyone in your life. What does that mean? That's what I keep hearing. What does that even mean? I know what it means for me to be loyal, but I don't know what that's like to be reciprocated. And that's going to change for you. And maybe that's it. Maybe you've relied on your animals for that loyalty, and it's a beautiful connection with our animals, right? Like, and I've talked about this before. It's so beautiful, that connection with our animals, but it doesn't mean that it's not still just a little lonely, right? Like, we still wish we had someone to bounce ideas off of, where our animals will sit and listen to us and they'll be attentive and they're great. And some of us are really good at connecting and communicating with our animals as well, and we can hear what they're saying, but there's still just that little bit of loneliness. But you're birthing something into existence, especially with her being almost at full term here, it looks like, right? So, the dog. It says the dog, a symbol of loyalty, companionship, and unconditional love, represents the power of trust and the importance of faithful relationships. Dogs are known for their unwavering loyalty and their ability to form deep bonds with their human companions. This card suggests that loyalty and trust are central to your current situation. The dog reminds you that true loyalty is built on mutual respect, trust, and love. And this is with self as well, pile 2. Okay? Embrace loyalty and trust in your relationships. Being faithful and supportive will strengthen your bonds and create deeper connections. Also, make sure that you pay attention to your loyalty may be leading to overdependence or reluctance to let go of unhealthy relationships. Consider whether you're staying loyal to someone or something that no longer serves you. So the questions here, how can I strengthen the loyalty in my relationships? Am I being too dependent on someone or something? And what does true loyalty mean to me? I can't with that. What does that mean? Whoa. So maybe journaling about that will help you understand what that means to you so that you can open up to receiving that as well. Okay? What a powerful reading. So synchronistic. So this is what I see here for you, pile number 2. Here's a big hug. Okay? You're not alone. I love you so much, and you are so worthy of good things in your life. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little dog emoji down below and say, I open up to the blessings coming into my life and I choose to find what loyalty means to me. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything in the description box. Okay, with that, I would like to take this moment to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this truly powerful message. Remember, you are a deeply special soul sent here for an amazing purpose. Okay, and if no one told you today, Pile 2, I love you, all right? And I truly do. I'm honored I got to connect with you in this way. So that being said, until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 8th house on it, or if you were drawn to this yellow jasper solar plexus chakra gemstone with the seed sound, I believe is Yam. Or if you're drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on what are the signs you're seeing right now, what do they mean. First, I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. First and foremost, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what? This is a perfect example of what I always say in the beginning. Just a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience. And that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And if the message happens to resonate with you, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below, knowing that we do things differently around here. So I'm not even going to edit that out, because I do feel like that is something that's going on right now. Like you're losing your mind at times. And please, not like you're going crazy. That's not what this is. This is this energy of where it's like you might be talking to someone and all of a sudden you have everything that you had planned to say just totally goes phew, it's gone, and then it might come back a little later. And so you might be getting signs like referring to that as well and saying like, what the hey is actually going on right now? Like, why am I not able to communicate clearly? Why do I feel like I'm struggling, right? Especially with the solar plexus, that ability to take imperfect action is coming through right now. Now, you might have struggled with being a perfectionist and your signs are leading you to being comfortable, hiccup of confirmation, to being comfortable with taking imperfect action. And that's where you're going to find your strength and your power at. Okay, and that's much easier said than done, especially if you've always been super hyper focused on the little details and everything being in tip-top shape before presenting it, including yourself. And so showing up in a less than perfect state feels incredibly odd and different and uncomfortable, and I don't know if I can do that. But there is power here. So let's see what comes through with the dice. So what do the signs you're seeing right now mean? What do the signs you're seeing right now mean? Source, what would you like to share with pile number 2 today? What messages do you have for pile number 2? So we've got the 10th house, Pisces energy, and Jupiter. And in the original astrology, Jupiter also ruled Pisces, but in later years in modern astrology, now Neptune rules Pisces. So depending on if you study astrology, yes or no, it depends on what version you study as well. But it's interesting, right? For me to even mention that. So you might be studying astrology as well. Let me tap into this. yeah, I just feel like blank for some reason. It's interesting. Usually I know exactly what's happening or where I'm going, but like trying to tap in, I know what this dice combination means. I know the energy that's coming from it as well. I can feel it very strongly. But for whatever reason, I just feel like blank. Like there's a blank slate here. And maybe that's really symbolic to you as well, is that you're starting out on a clean slate. Like you've wiped the past away. And now everything that you work towards is working towards a blank slate. And that could have to specifically do with your career, with what it is that you're choosing to put your energy, your time, and your effort into if you're trying to build something from scratch. Like you have put so much energy and effort into learning something here, into gaining wisdom and knowledge and how to bring forth this side, this practice, this gift, this whatever it is that you're trying to bring forth and to teach people and to share that wisdom with them. And there's this energy of being able to do it in an imperfect way. Like when we're so focused and hyper focused on being perfect, we miss the beauty of simply just putting it out there, right? And letting it stand for what it's supposed to stand for, which means it's a reflection of us. And if you're saying like, oh, I can't put it out there unless it's perfect, you know, here's the thing. Something that's come up quite a bit, especially with clients as well, is like that perfectionist attitude. It's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with it. But we also forget that sometimes that very energy is a bite to other people. Like other people feel the harshness of that for ourselves. And you can even say like, well, I'm not like that with others. Like I don't expect perfection from others. But it's hard for others not to feel that already coming from you, because that's how you expect yourself to show up. And naturally others are feeling like they have to show up in that way too. And so when you show people, i.e., like I said, I wasn't going to edit the video. It felt very called to say that, right? So when you show people that you're okay with making mistakes, you're okay with tripping over yourself, you're okay with forgetting completely whatever it is that you're trying to say, and that's not the end of the world, people can relate to you much easier. And it's interesting because Virgo is usually the sign of being a perfectionist, right? They're very detail oriented. They pay attention to the small things. They want things to be very pristine and accurate, and you know, it has to be just right. And that's part of a shadow side of Virgo as well. And it's okay to let those things guide us into building whatever it is that we're building. But why I said Virgo is because Pisces is actually the opposite of Virgo on the zodiac wheel. And Pisces is the one that helps Virgo go with the flow and to relinquish that control on things, you know, to flow more like water instead of to be so rigid like earth. And it's almost like asking an element to not be itself, but in a way it's asking an element to be open to the possibility of maybe instead of being a solid moving structure, to be like water means to let yourself be like sand, right? And so there's these elements where it's not, we're not asking you to do something that's you're incapable of doing. The signs are leading you to your abundance, but to be in that solid flow. And that sounds so much like a conundrum, but it's not. It's allowing yourself to trust in that process and to let go of anything like control or trying to hold on to an old way of being or expectations of yourself being this absolute perfect robotic type person, which you're not. You're a human and you're allowed to be human. But if you don't allow yourself to be human, then it feels impossible for others to relate because everyone else knows and feels like they're human. And that's where that disconnect comes from. And so it's like okay for you to put out, maybe you're not best work. You're not best work. We're going to go with it, right? It's okay. It's okay to do that. It's not tarnishing your name, and it's not a slight against your reputation. But I do feel like with the 10th house here, there's this idea like I've built up a certain type of reputation and I expect to uphold it. I don't expect others to, but it's that expectation of self that ripples out into the world. And so your signs right now are pointing towards relaxing a little bit, like letting yourself relax. And that might feel very foreign to you. Because who am I if I'm not working hard? Who am I if I'm not making sure every little detail is perfect? Sometimes it's the imperfection that makes it perfect. Because we, as humans, are imperfectly perfect. Alright, Source. Answers for pile number 2. What do the signs you're seeing mean right now? What do the signs you are seeing mean right now? For pile number 2, Source. What do the signs you're seeing mean right now? There's a bit of hopelessness coming in. What do the signs you're seeing right now mean? Feeling stuck. And cathartic. What do the signs you're seeing mean right now? Yeah. I do feel like you'll overcome this for sure. And the signs are pointing to the fact that you will overcome this. Like you'll recognize your own, it's like recognizing our own toxic traits, right? And that's what it is. It's just recognizing your own toxic patterns, your own toxic traits. Like noticing that I don't have to let these be what rule my life. Like I can let myself be a little more lax and open to the way life is going to come towards me. I don't have to control every little bit. And then that can be very challenging for some of you, and that's okay, right? Especially when maybe you grew up in a situation where everything was out of control. To have control over whatever it was that was in your life gave you a sense of security. And so letting go of that sense of security and the identity with that security is hard, but there's also a safety net that's going to catch you here. Yeah, it feels like there's this responsibility here. Interesting. A lot of fear coming through here. Okay, what do we got? No, I can't. This card has come out in this same place in all 3 readings in the exact same position. The 6 of Wands and the upright. I think this may very well be the very first reading that's ever happened. I mean, I've obviously had cards come out, like repeat cards come out in different readings, but for this card to come out in the middle of all 3 readings, that's absolutely absurd. So it could mean one thing. Some of you are here from the other 2 piles, and that's okay. If you are, leave a purple heart. You're part of my Purple Heart Club, and I appreciate you. And if you're not, this is in no way a requirement for you to watch the other 2 piles. If you don't feel called to, you're welcome to. If you do feel called to, regardless of what you choose, I appreciate you as you are in this moment. And I want to say thank you, pile 3. Okay, but this is interesting because the 10 of Wands also does point to a friendship that's thick and thin, like someone who you've been through a lot with. This could be a partner, this could be a spouse, this could be a friend, a family member, okay? With the 6 of Wands here, it does show me here that there's someone in your life that you both have really experienced a lot. And there's still a lot that's happening here. And so I feel like the signs are, and if you don't have that person in your life right now, that's definitely what the signs mean, is that this is a person that's coming in that's going to be like this with you. Like you guys are going to be thick and thin. Starsky and Hutch just came through. Okay. Oh my gosh. Smokey and the Bandit. Son Cassidy and what is it, Butch and Cassidy, the Sundance Kid? What is it, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? I don't know. Anyways, whatever partnership it is, you know. Milo and Otis, okay? Cool. What are some girl ones? I don't know any girl ones. That's terrible, right? They're always in 3s, that's why. Anyways, we're open to all possibilities here. And I feel like what this is saying is like just recognizing this pattern is a good thing. Like if you've recognized this pattern already, you're already taking the action to overcome that. And if not, this is something that you're going to recognize very shortly and take action to overcome that. And through this, you're going to be opening up where you are connecting with someone who has a very parallel life to you, that you're going to be like, oh, you went through that? I went through something that's almost like that. And then you explain yours and you're like, whoa, like that really is like what I went through. And you guys are going to be really close because of something like that. But it's overcoming this fear of being inadequate. It's overcoming this fear of not being enough, or feeling like if I don't send out something that's perfect, then no one's going to like me. Right? Even with yourself, you have to let yourself just be as you are. Okay? Being as you are is so important right now. Yeah, a lot of swords cards here, a lot of being stuck in the mind, following the illusions, right? A lot of emotional exhaustion, okay? A lot of stubbornness too, with the 5 of Wands in the reverse here. It's like an obstinate refusal to change. I don't want to change because I've already had too many brutal encounters with people in my life. Like if I can control one thing, I can control how I look, I can control what I release, I can control how I talk to people, I can control my tone, I can control my voice, I can control my reactions, whatever it is. And it's like, in a way, it might feel authentic, but it's actually inauthentic because it's a mask you're hiding behind to cope with all the difficult relationships that you've been with, and it's become something that's second nature to you. And with that, that's what the signs are pointing to, is letting that go, because you are meant to have someone in your life that is going to be a partner of some kinds, a business partner, even possibly here with the 10th house. This could be someone who sees the value in what it is that you're doing, not because it's perfect, but because it has real value and substance to it, and they want to back that. This could be an investor as well as coming through. So I feel like the signs are pointing towards helping you overcome right now this anxiety and this fear from something that has happened in the past, maybe being taken advantage of in the past, maybe being hurt by someone in the past. Whatever the situation is, the signs are helping you to overcome that. Let's get some clarifiers here. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. Putting down the swords. Okay, putting down the swords and embracing your emotions. And that might be really difficult for you. You could be an air sign. You could also be a fire sign. And either or, emotions are not easy to any other sign that's not a water sign. And you could be a water sign as well, but it could be that you've closed yourself off to your emotions. Or even if you're a water sun, you could have an earth, fire, or air moon. And again, it's like, it's not that there's not a benefic there. It's just saying that, like, if it's not water, it's hard for other people to dig into their emotions the way a water sign would, or a water sign moon would. Okay, and that's that energy where it's like putting down the thoughts and putting down that I have to be, I have to do, I have to, putting down the I have to's, and opening up to, what do I feel? What do I feel? Yeah, this is where you'll find a new sense of inspiration and motivation for your life, and you'll find a new sense of belonging is coming through as well. Okay, there is a sense of passion that's coming through for you here, and this could be a love relationship that's coming in, but honestly, I'm not really getting love for a lot of people, although everybody's story is different. But see, this is difficult for you because there's been a lot of tricksters on your path. There's been a lot of people who have done you dirty or taken you like a fool, but that's left you feeling like you're incapable of making a discernible decision for yourself in regards to connections. It's like, I'm scared. I don't want to connect with people that way because I can't control another person. I can only control myself. And that's a powerful place to be at. But how far is that control of self gone? Has it disconnected you from your truth? Has it disconnected you from your authentic expression? I want one more. I didn't do this for any other group, okay? Yeah, so this could be the want of a sexual partner, okay? It came out in the horizontal. All right, so it's saying that you've had some encounters in the past that were very immature. It's saying that people have taken advantage of you. They've used you as a thing instead of seeing you as a person. Okay, and what this is saying with it in the upright is to allow yourself to have that new beginning and that uncertainty, and to feel free to make mistakes, especially in page energy. That's when you want to make the most mistakes, is when page energy comes out, because that's when you're going to learn the most. Right? But if you're always trying to make it perfect, like where are you going to learn from those mistakes? Right? You're going to like scratch it and not really necessarily learn from it, instead of saying, okay, like here's what not to do. Let's try it this way. Right? But there's a lot of peer pressure right now. There's a lot of feeling stuck. A lot of swords energy here. A lot of being stuck in the mind. There's a lot going on in your mind. You know, there's this song, and I wish I could remember the title of it, and I don't. And it's just this beautiful music that's playing in the background, and there's this guy that's talking, and he says, and it's a quote from someone. It's a speech from someone. I don't know who the speech is from. It could be from Alan. I don't know why Dreyfus just came in. I don't think that's right. No, I don't think that's right at all. Alan Wayne or Wayne Allen, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, he says, if all one does is think, then all one does is get lost in his thoughts. And that's what it goes on to talk about being one with the universe, and it's this really powerful thing. If it comes up again, I promise I will post it on my community tab, so keep an eye out there for the next song. And it's a really cool song. It's just literally this beautiful music that's playing and this guy talking, and it's really powerful and profound. But it's almost like you've gotten so stuck in your thoughts that you've forgotten to feel. You've forgotten what it is to feel your way through the journey, because feeling feels too painful. And so the signs are trying to remind you that there is good out there. There are good people. There are people that are going to connect with you, and there is abundance that's waiting for you. Right now, though, you're doubting that, right? You're doubting the possibility of that, and you're emotionally exhausted. But I feel like the reason you're emotionally exhausted is because you're stuck in your thoughts a lot. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if you were Gemini, or if you have a lot of Gemini or Mercury placements in your chart, or if you were born with a Mercury retrograde, like that would also kind of cause this. But we have so much Gemini energy out here. And this is just, sometimes that's that energy. And if you don't have Gemini placements, that's fine too. Doesn't mean that you can't get lost in your thoughts or lost in your head. Like, that's very human of us, right? Again, coming back to that essence of being human and letting ourselves be human. But sometimes we have to just let go of the thoughts. Also, I'm getting advice for you, pile number 3, is that if you don't meditate, you might benefit from meditating. And I already heard someone like, I can't sit still long enough to meditate. I understand that. There's definitely different forms of moving meditation which you might benefit from, or like somatic yoga or something like that, to help release that pent up energy. But if you notice you're driving and all of a sudden all these thoughts come in, label the thought. So, okay, you're like all of a sudden thinking about work. Instead of going down the rabbit hole and letting it drag you in, just say, okay, work. And then imagine putting it into a chest labeled work. It's not that important. Our mind is trying to convince us it's super important, but it's not that important. So just label work and put it in that little chest. And then if you start worrying about something, instead of going down the rabbit hole of worry, just label it worry, and then put that into a little chest labeled worry, and just leave it. And you'll notice that all of a sudden you'll start to see patterns of thoughts coming up, right? And this is not as easy as it is that you might think, but it is beneficial. And especially if you meditate, this is something that will greatly help with this monkey mind that has been taking over. And there's the train. He's gonna honk it again, because that's the guy that honks it like a million times when he goes by. And this happens all day and all night. And yeah, that's as loud as it is when I'm sleeping too. It's crazy. I don't hear it anymore though. That's funny. But no, it's like that. And I feel like with that, for me to mention at night, I feel like even your mind, it doesn't stop at night. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. And you might find it hard to fall asleep, or you have to leave something on in order to fall asleep, because to sit in silence is what's uncomfortable. And so right now the signs are telling you to find space in the silence so that you can deal with the monkey mind. Okay? And that building of something and letting go of the thoughts, the fear that have come up with feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not going to be able to create what I want to create. That's not true. That's the illusion that your monkey mind has convinced you is reality. Okay? Wow. So there's that. Let's see what else comes through for you today, okay? On the bottom, we have 11th house. Yeah, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. So again, pointing towards there's going to be someone who comes in who's they want to see you succeed, and they want to be a part of your journey with you. Not to gain anything from you other than your friendship. Just your friendship. That's enough. Because you were enough. Right? This could be a childhood friend too. Especially with Mercury coming in, there could be a lot of third house placements here. Okay, this could be someone that's a love interest, but again, I'm not necessarily feeling love, but I have to mention it because it came up. But childhood innocence, this just feels like someone who's going to help remind you that it's okay to have fun and to have play and pleasure in your life. I feel like pile number 3 can tend to be very, very serious at times, and that's okay. It's gotten you far, but it's also okay for you to have fun and pleasure. Wow. Okay, so this is the card that came out. It flew over there. These 2 fell out. We're going to put those back in. It's okay for you to have fun and pleasure. Okay, like that. It is safe for you to have fun, and I feel like this person that's going to come in is going to remind you of that. And that's going to feel awkward at first, but that's what the signs are telling you. Like they're coming in so that you can remember what it's like to have fun, right? To come back to your authentic self with Wolf and authenticity here. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like you might feel like you're walking in your authenticity right now, but there's still a mask that's playing a big role in your journey, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you're not authentic. It's like putting down the mask and allowing yourself the opportunity to become even more aligned. Okay. All right. Let's see what else comes out for you today. All right, thank you. On the bottom, Spirit has your back. Yeah, so Source is working with you on this, okay? Like, you're not alone. Source is definitely helping you out with this. Are we focusing here? Maybe it's just me. It could just be me, like, all day today. It doesn't look like it's focused. Seeing things from a higher perspective also is something that's coming through. Thank you. Hang on just a second. Excuse me. Okay, we have malefics on the bottom here. Beware of challenges. Yeah, so there's going to be challenges. There's this essence that's coming through. It's like, if I can make everything perfect, then I won't have to face challenges. And of course, saying it out loud, you're like, I know that doesn't make sense, but it's almost like a belief that's been under the surface playing a part for quite a while. Okay, we have number 6 on the bottom, balance. Coming back to balance. Balance, resolution, solution, peace, harmony. With peace, communication, support, reflection, harmony, stability. If you're struggling with family or those you live with, this number serves as a reminder to seek peace, communication, and support. Reflect on your life and consider what balance truly means to you. says, take a moment today to have an open and honest conversation with a family member or housemate to restore peace and balance in your home. In what areas of my life do I need to cultivate more balance and harmony? And this could be having an honest conversation with yourself as well, is what I'm getting here. Okay, let's get one more. This has been an extremely long day for me. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Alright, so for pile number 3, Source. One more angel number here. On the bottom, confidence. Yeah. Getting out of this fear-based energy and coming into a more confident state. Things are moving and you need to make a decision. Act with confidence and take risks. Trusting yourself. 909. Closing out the cycle. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on here. House 5. Yeah, so for some of you, this could be someone coming in to date you. But for others of you, it's just someone who's going to come in and remind you what play and passion is, okay? So we have passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. Again, with confidence, with the 5th house coming in. Okay, so this is someone who's going to bring in that essence of that childhood energy, right? Look, I cannot make this up. Underneath childhood innocence was fire and passion. So we've got a lot of synchronistic messages coming in. This card literally saying what both of these cards say. We have earth magic with fairies. This is all about something that's going to nurture you. Okay, so the signs are pointing towards someone. It does feel like a person that's coming in to help you embrace an element of nurturing. Okay, we have snake with create. Yeah, this is something you guys are going to create together. It feels like a partnership. It could be a love relationship. Okay, for some people, but I'm more leaning towards this energy of a work relationship. Okay, someone you're going to be working with that's going to make you feel like you belong. Okay, we have Rhino Spirit with overcome any obstacle. Yeah, you're going to be letting go of the hardships. You're going to be putting it to rest, putting it to bed. Cancer, I can't make this up. Soften your heart. Yeah, coming into that watery energy, that fluidity, right? Just a second, Zoe. Says 938, keep going. Perseverance, strength, guidance, resilience, endurance. The angels are proud of your resilience and efforts. They are sending you strength and guiding you through challenges towards success and prosperity. In what areas of my life do I need to keep pushing forward? How can I remind myself of my progress and stay motivated? Celebrate your small victories and progress. Take one step at a time towards your goals and remind yourself that you are supported and capable of overcoming obstacles. Yeah, another synchronicity. And empowerment, 989. Stand in your power and embrace your true potential with confidence. So all about embracing your confidence. I know, Zoe. Just a second, baby. I got one more card, okay? She's like, whatever. Can you get the water? Okay. So we're going to read this card out of the book. We're going to find out what it is. The Weasel with stealth. Interesting. Interesting. You know, weasels are seen as bad oftentimes, but, you know, I think it's just a reminder that it's okay for us to fly under the radar. Like, we don't have to be seen as a certain way. It's okay for us to just be who we are. And also to just keep our wits about us as well. Hold on just a second. I knew it was going to come up. Okay. Sorry, that was the commercials for the thing. It says the weasel. A small, elusive creature, symbolizes stealth, observation, and the ability to navigate unseen. Known for its quick movements and sharp instincts, the weasel represents the power of subtlety and the art of staying under the radar. This card suggests that you may need to be discreet or take a stealthy approach in a situation. The weasel reminds you that sometimes the best strategy is to observe and move quietly. It says use stealth and discretion to navigate your current situation. Sometimes subtlety and quiet observation are the best strategies. Also, keeping in mind your stealth may be leading to deceit or a lack of transparency, right? That's what I was saying, like the mask that you could be wearing here. Consider whether you're being honest with yourself or others, or if your actions align with your values. The questions are, how can I use stealth to navigate this situation? Am I being too secretive or deceptive? And what can I learn from quiet observation? Yeah, so a lot of synchronicities coming out for you, pile number 3. You are doing a good job. This is just about coming into that softer feminine energy right now, okay? Easier said than done, but you're going to do it because you have come so far and you've done so much already, all right? So this is what I see here for you. If you feel like this was your reading, leave a little, let's do the crab. Let's do the crab emoji down below and say, I choose to relinquish the hard shell and embrace the softer side of my heart, knowing that this allows me to enter into a state of true authenticity. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box, okay? With that, I would like to take this moment to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this very powerful message today. Thank you for being here, Pile 3, and until next time, stay human. Bye.